We're going to double down, triple down on sanctuary cities. Why? Not because you're a blue city or blue state, because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats to the streets every day because they don't honor our detainers. We know that. We don't have that problem like in Florida, where every sheriff in the state's working with us. So where we're going to send our assets, we're going to send them where the problem is. Sanctuary cities. So I've said it before, we'll flood the zone of sanctuary cities. If they don't let us arrest a bad guy in the county jail, they're going to arrest him in the community. We're going to arrest him at a work site. So we're going to increase community operation. We're going to increase work site enforcement operation. We're going to get the bad guys. So if they don't want to help, get out of the way. We're coming to do it.
You have a quick 30 seconds, Mr. Homan?
Just a couple of questions.
Never 30 seconds. There's never been 30 seconds.
Thank you, sir.
One of the big national stories is the flash flooding conditions in Texas. I know your focus is on border security, but can you just walk us through sort of the federal response and sort of look at my head with that?
Look, I think Secretary Noem and President Trump responded quickly. I know even the Border Patrol Star unit was deployed, and they're helping the recovery effort. I know Border Patrol air assets are involved. I think Secretary Noem reacted quickly. I mean, thank God President Biden's not president. We'd still be waiting for a response.
Tom, can you talk about the Big Beautiful Bill and what sort of money you're going to see for the border, when, and what you think you can use it for?
Well, it's going to reduce a lot of things. As far as the border, it's going to continue the border barriers, border walls. Border walls work. Every place to build a wall, illegal immigration is decreased, illegal drug flow is decreased. And not just border walls, it's going to buy more river buoys. River buoys are very effective. And it's also going to give the technology we need on the southern border. In the existing wall and the new wall. When President Biden came in office, not only did he stop building the wall, he stopped putting the technology in the existing wall that does a lot of good things. It gave Border Patrol agents the ability to talk to one another because a lot of dead zones on the border. That's an officer safety issue. I don't want to get into specifics, it's law enforcement sensitive, but the technology of that wall helps us to realize when someone's approaching the wall, someone climbs the wall. So we need that technology there. It's a border wall system. So we're going to continue the wall building. We're going to continue the technology within that wall, and the technology also for port of entries. You know, we want legal traffic, legal trade to come through the ports as quickly as possible, but we want to, of course, see as much contraband as we can. So more technology will make that happen. As far as ICE, it's a huge plus up. 10,000 more officers. ICE, look, I've been doing this since 1984. Border Patrol's been plussed up many times, and I appreciate that, and I'm supportive of that. But when Border Patrol arrest somebody, they go in detention. Then they go into immigration hearing. Then if they get ordered removed, they get removed. That's all ICE's job. So our Border Patrol got plussed up over decades. ICE didn't. So now ICE finally is getting the resources they need. And, you know, it's going to put more boots on the ground, which we need right now. I just did an interview. There's over 600,000 illegal aliens in this nation with criminal histories walking the streets. We need to find them quickly. And for those that say 3,000 a day is too much, I want to remind them, do the math. We'd have to arrest 7,000 every single day for the remainder of this administration just to catch the ones Biden released in the nation, right? We talk about 12 million illegal aliens. We've been talking about 12 million for 2 decades. We know at least 8 million were released in this country under Joe Biden, so we're well over 20 million. I'm being conservative. So more boots on the ground means we arrest more bad people and make this country safe.
Mr. Homan, Zoran Mamdani, the likely next mayor of New York City, has promised not to cooperate with you or with ICE or deportations of any kind. Do you have a plan? Is there a plan to work around that? How are you going to handle it?
Good luck on that, because we're going to be in New York City, and President Trump said it 2 weeks ago. We're going to double down, triple down on sanctuary cities. Why? Not because we're a blue city or blue state, because we know that's where the problem is. We know they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats to the streets every day because they don't honor our detainers. We know that. We don't have that problem like in Florida, where every sheriff in the state's working with us. So where we're going to send our assets, we're going to send them where the problem is. Sanctuary cities. So I've said it before, we'll flood the zone of sanctuary cities. If they don't let us arrest a bad guy in the county jail, they're going to arrest him in the community. We're going to arrest them at a work site. So we're going to increase community operation. We're going to increase work site enforcement operation. We're going to get the bad guys. So if they don't want to help, get out of the way. We're coming to do it.
Do you have a priority list? So what things you'd like to do first, or are you going to do it all at the same time?
Same as day one. National security threats, public safety threats are always the priority. But if you're in the country legally, you're not off the table. I mean, I see people, saying we're arresting non-criminals. Well, they're in the country legally. That's our job. And we told ICE agents in the process going out looking for the bad guy. And this is the problem with sanctuary cities. When we go to the community to go find the criminal, many times they're with others that may not be a criminal target, but they're in the United States illegally. They're coming too. We're going to force immigration law. Unlike the last administration, where Secretary Mayorkas instructed ICE, you can't arrest an illegal alien for simply being here illegally. They got to be arrested or be convicted of a serious criminal offense. He rewrote the law. That's not what the law says. We're going to force law. That's what the people put President Trump in office to do, and that's what we're doing.
Mr. Homan, it's a little out of your area, but Secretary Noem has rejected the idea that staff shortages had anything to do with the problems in Texas and forecasting and getting warnings out. Are you interested in a serious investigation to find out whether staff shortages had anything to do?
I'll leave that. You're right. It's out of my lane. Secretary Noem, I'm sure she's all over this. Of course, the first thing the left wants to do is, when there's a tragedy like this, is blame somebody in the Trump administration. Bottom line is, I looked at response that occurred. It's a far better, quicker, appropriate response than you would have seen in your Biden administration.
The nation has reported on concerns of Iranian nationals working with Mexican drug cartels to try.
Pardon me?
The concerns of Iranian nationals working with Mexican drug cartels to try and cross the border. Is that something you're tracking? How serious of a concern is that?
I can't comment on that, but we're well aware of it, and we're all over it.
We made history. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it is done. My friends, we have done it. I will be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City. Today, 8 months after launching this campaign, with the vision of a city that every New Yorker could afford. That's right. We have won. We have won from Harlem to Bay Ridge. We have won from Jackson Heights to Port Richmond. We have won from Maspeth to Chinatown. We have won because New Yorkers have stood up for a city they can afford. A city where they can do more than just struggle. One where those who toil in the night can enjoy the fruits of their labor in the day. Where hard work is repaid with a stable life. Where 8 hours on the factory floor or behind the wheel of a cab is enough to pay the mortgage. It is enough to keep the lights on. It is enough to send your kid to school. Where rent-stabilized apartments are actually stabilized. Where buses are fast and free. Where childcare doesn't cost more than CUNY. And where public safety keeps us truly safe. And it's where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism. From deporting our neighbors, and to govern our city as a model for the Democratic Party. A party where we fight for working people with no apology. A life of dignity should not be reserved for a fortunate few. It should be one that city government guarantees for each and every New Yorker. demonstrated anything to the world, it is that our dreams can become reality.